So, a big welcome to the best live discussion. If it is your first time tuning in, you're highly welcome. All right. On the best life discussion, we talk about issues that concerns how people can live their best life. Right. We shouldn't live our lives shallow. We should live our lives in a very big way. Express ourselves and find everything that has been deposited within us. There is so much to life, right? And we just can't do less. So that's basically about the best life discussion. If it's your first time tuning in, please do well to like, to subscribe, to follow. If you're tuning in from Facebook or from YouTube, it's going to be an amazing session this afternoon, and I want you to just sit tight and let's have this beautiful discussion. All right. Get a cup of maybe chilled water and biscuits so that you just pay attention to this moment. It's going to be a beautiful one. We have a very important topic that I'm going to be talking about. But before that, let me just introduce myself again for those persons joining us for the first time. My name is Joshua Arukwe. So I lead the best life discussion where we do this once in a week, sometimes maybe more than once, depends on the situation. And I lead several platforms. I lead Skill Migrant Solutions, where we help skillers and skill professionals to build their skills and also make profit from whatever they do. And then I also lead Music Foundation course. It's called Just Street Music. Right? We have the Music Foundation course, and then we have several other courses where people get to build on their music skills. They learn how to sight read. They learn how to also perform their music in dynamic ways. So that's basically the things I do. All right. So anytime you come around me, you'd see things like this, and definitely because of the best life discussion, I get to use this opportunity to inspire more lives and get people to be at the best of life. All right. So sit tight. We have a very important discussion today that we're going to talk about. I love it so much. Like it's a hit. All right. You want to guess? I guess you've seen that in the description. It's called Readers Lead and Leaders Read. Well, some people may have several kind of opinion about this topic, and they may not necessarily be on their best spot. But no problems. We're going to talk about it from my point of view, from my experience too, and we'll see how far we can go with it. So you'd have a beautiful moment here. And if you have any thoughts or comments, you think something you want to contribute to this, you can just drop your comments in the comment section, and I'll get to pick that up and we'll talk about it too. So fine, let's drive this afternoon. I've seen many persons with great potentials that are very much limited. They just can't get it right. They are far backwards. And I'm asking myself, how is it that these guys don't realize that they have certain kind of potentials? Some persons they have certain kind of skills, but they're not aware the power of their skills or what those skills can do for them. All right. Some persons they are just lost in great limitations. Some persons they can't even discover that their life means something more than what they have always seen or always expressed or whatever they've encountered in life so far. And this is not because life is not good or life is not fair. It's because they don't have certain information that's going to drive them to a better life or a better land or get them to a new place where they love to be. And so you find certain persons struggling, being in limitations, confused, and just getting depressed day by day. Some persons even die because of this situation, right? And it's not because that is like is calling them. No, it's just because they lack knowledge. And so it's important to see the reasons why we have to have this discussion about reading. Reading is like a very important thing that anybody would do for his or her life. If you're a parent on this life, you want to do well to inculcate in your children the attitude of reading. Right, it's going to get them far in life. It's going to save them a lot. Right, so you want to do that for your children. Like it's a big favor when you do that for your children. So for this kind of persons, what eventually saves them is the opportunity to access books. If they can gain access to books where they can read, they can study, they can understand from the people that have gone before them, from the people that were here in life and they are gone now. If they can be able to have access to those persons, learn from their knowledge and apply it to their present life, they can then innovate to be able to advance in the current age. right? I'm a product of reading. Like, I read crazily. You can see the shirt I'm wearing. I read. So I belong to a community called I Read, where we read 50 plus books in a year. Right. The first year I joined I Read, I think I read how many now? Was it about 80 now? Was it about 80? Yeah, I think about 80. The second year I did about 66. And from since then I've been reading crazily. Right. So like the platform is rich and amazing. Just a beautiful platform that opens your mind to the power of books. And you could just see how we get to engage with conversations as regards normal joke. Right. Our jokes are not the jokes you find around. We joke, our jokes are intelligent jokes. Right. Like our jokes are deep. A normal person will not understand it because of how much we do when we read. So we spend time reading, we spend time getting to digest books, gain deeper understanding about certain things, and because of that, we are more aware, we are more intentional, we are more effective when it is time for us to deliver. Right. So like reading, it's everything. It's like it's very very important. It's like it's life to read for me at this stage. Right. I get to read. I get to listen to people that have gone far far ahead of me. And one of the beautiful things about reading is that in the books that you find, writers take their time to be able to think their thoughts, understand what they want to pass to you, and carefully place them inside of a book so that by the time you sit down to read and understand those things, you get the fullness of what they are trying to communicate. So when you sit down to read those kind of books, you'd really feed into not the words of what those writers are saying, but you'd feed into their mind, their innermost expression at the moment when they were writing those books. If you're an author here, you know that the process of reading, of writing a book, is not so easy. All right, you have certain kind of thoughts, and you want to articulate it in the very best way it can reach out to the people that you're reaching out to. And for you to be able to do that, you have to sit down to get on to think and to think and to think and to think again to fully understand your thoughts and effectively articulate it to the people so they can actually understand it in your book. So that's like a great stuff. Have you seen the great leaders of the past, of the recent time today? You find them that what they do a lot of reading. They try to study people's strategy. They try to study what other persons have done before now. They try to look out for the mistakes other persons have made. You have to look out for the success people other persons have made. What's the story behind their success? What's their biography? I love reading books about biography. I love reading motivational books. I love reading books about certain kind of topics like personal development and growth. Yeah, I love reading about influence. I love reading about leadership. I love reading about relationship. I love reading about love. Yeah, so these things are important, and many persons don't have idea about these things, which basically tells us about the life that we live on it. And because you don't have an idea about them, you are limited in a very big way. And why are you limited? Because eventually you did not even take a step to read a book. I've had several young persons I've had engagements with, and they're like, reading is boring. Well, your life too is boring. So you live a more interesting life when you read. Maybe the process of reading might seem boring, but it's not even actually boring. It's more like you watching a movie, but having the opportunity to create the scene yourself. It's like it's beautiful. It's just sweet, right? So reading is something that our generation is lacking for many persons. All right, they don't want to read. Well, thank God, some persons are creating a new standard, are changing that narrative, and they're bringing in several things that are going to help us to read. Even with the AI and everything that is available today, it is still important and necessary to go through books. I know it's easy for a ChatGPT to summarize a book, but you won't really get the fullness of the writer's experience and what he's effectively trying to communicate. You'd only get what he's trying to communicate by going through the book fully. And there's even more benefits to just reading than just the knowledge that you're getting from a book. right? You are building your vocabulary, you are building your critical thinking skill, you are building your ability to articulate a thought, right? Because you're learning from how another person is articulating his thought or her thought, right? You are building the capacity to learn and to work. Some persons say that people waste time reading and they don't work, but I think reading itself is a work, right? Because you spend hours going through a book, and many people can't do that work. Yeah, they can't. You spend hours on a book just trying to understand their concept, trying to understand what they are. That's why research seems to be like a big deal for many persons. To go through a particular article, to go through several kind of works that people have done, it's a big deal for many persons because they don't have the capacity to be able to build and to drill that. So this life not going to stay so long, but I just want to inspire somebody out there. You're a young person out there, and you are not reading. I think you're doing yourself a lot of damage, a lot of danger, and not just for today, which is already affecting you, but for tomorrow, your children, for the generations to come. We should leave a mark that is beyond just today to inspire certain people that may never even know or meet us. Right. Um, the impact of Martin Luther King is like it's mad and it's crazy. But we've heard about this man and we never had the opportunity to meet him. We've read his books, we've seen things that he has done, we've experienced him in different light because of certain things that he was able to do. He read, he wrote, and he expressed. So that's what happens to you. When you read, you'd write. And when you write, you'd express. Like it happens. So you can see that I'm expressing myself right now because there's like an overflow of knowledge within me, and I want to express it to you, I want to share it with you. So that happens to any person that takes the time and opportunity to actually spend time reading. So if you are that person that has not been reading, it's like a big game for you to pick on and start reading. I was able to start Ski Migrant Solutions. The link is across. It's on the description of this video. You can click on it and be part of us. We do beautiful stuff there, and because of how much I love reading on the platform, we do one book in a month. All right, to help us within our team to help us to gravitate towards a particular goal. So I was able to build skill migrant solutions that help skill learners and skill professionals to be able to upskill and as well to monetize their expertise. Now, this is possible because of the opportunity that reading brings. I've been able to interact with knowledge, gain deep, deep, deep inspiration on skill migrant solutions.